Welcome to the Fashion Algorithm. Today, well, with Mother's Day 2025 just around the corner, we thought it'd be fascinating to take a journey, a look back at how mom fashion has evolved over the years.
Yeah, and not just the history, but also how AI, artificial intelligence, is now stepping in, is offering some really personalized style help.
Exactly. We've pulled together some great sources that, really shine a light on these shifts, from that sort of tailored 50s elegance right up to today's tech-influenced wardrobes.
We're basically going to trace how society changed, how mothers' roles changed, and how clothes reflected all that, and then dive into how AI is giving, well, practical answers for modern moms trying to figure out their style.
Think of this as your quick guide, your way to get up to speed on where fashion, motherhood, and tech all meet. Oh, and before we really jump in, a quick word about our sponsor. This is an episode of the Fashion Algorithm, sponsored by CloutFit.ai. They connect influencer outfits straight to your product inventory so their content becomes instantly shoppable. It drives more sales, higher order value. Check them out at cloutfit.ai, that's CLOUTFIT.ai. Right. So let's get into this history. It really is quite a transformation. Where should we start? The 1950s.
Yeah, the 50s makes sense. It was such a specific image of motherhood back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And fashion was a huge part of projecting that. The sources talk about domestic elegance.
Domestic elegance.
It wasn't just about looking pretty. It was about visually showing that the mother was, the calm, capable heart of the home. Think shirtwaist dresses.
Right, I can picture them. Structured top, nipped in waist, full skirt.
Exactly that. And usually knee length, often with little details like Peter Pan collars, maybe floral prints. Oh, and cardigans.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Definitely paints a picture, almost like a uniform for moms then. And I found that bit about practicality interesting too, like using Scotch tape for kids' bangs. That's resourceful.
huh. Yes, a real mom hack from the era.
And you still see that sort of idealized look now, right? On Pinterest, maybe? Poodle skirts, those perfectly matched family Easter outfits.
Absolutely. It stands for a very specific time and, well, expectation.
So that polished image was pretty strong.
It was. But then came the 60s, and things started shifting, loosening up a bit. Suddenly, there was like a much wider style menu available.
How so?
Well, you had the whole mod look, like Twiggy with geometric prints, those simple shift dresses. But at the same time, you had the hippie influence creeping in, flowing maxi dresses, headbands.
Ah, okay. So more choice, more experimentation, less rigid than the 50s.
Definitely a move away from that single dominant look.
Though some of those 60s trends, I mean, the bouffant, iconic, yes, but practical for chasing toddlers. Maybe not so much.
Right. And the sources mentioned wigs actually became popular as a time saver, which makes sense if you're trying to maintain that
A
hairstyle.
very practical workaround.
And then you roll into the 70s, and you really see the feminist movement's impact showing up in clothes.
Okay, how did that translate?
Pants. Pants became really mainstream for women, including moms. A big departure from the skirts and dresses era. Think earth tones, bell bottoms, comfy peasant blouses, more about ease, personal expression.
Makes sense. Comfort and practicality gaining ground.
Although, interestingly, one source mentioned ironed hair was still a thing. So some old habits die hard, even as styles change.
Fascinating how things overlap. Okay, let's jump ahead. The 90s and early 2000s, that feels like another big mix of style.
Oh, definitely. A real contrast. You had grunge flannel, combat boots,
Yep, remember that well.
then sleek minimalism, slip dresses, neutral colors, and crucially, the rise of mom jeans.
Ah, mom jeans, affectionately named, sometimes ironically, but they served a purpose, right?
Totally. That high waist, the roomier cut, it wasn't maybe high fashion initially, but it was about comfort, about being able to move, which for moms is pretty key.
And athleisure started creeping in then too. Tracksuits.
Yeah, tracksuits becoming more okay for just, everyday wear, not just for sports.
Then the 2000s hit, and it felt like a hard turn. Low-rise jeans everywhere, velour tracksuits.
The velour era, yes. And looking back, some sources are a bit critical, saying maybe it leaned too much into trends, into that hot look, sometimes over actual comfort or function.
Yeah, I can see that. Low-rise wasn't always the most practical choice.
Which sort of brings us neatly to now, the 2020s, and this really interesting clash, or maybe dialogue, between millennial moms and their Gen Alpha kids.
Oh, the skinny jeans debate.
Exactly. Millennial moms who lived in skinny jeans are now hearing from their kids that they're totally out.
It's funny how cycles work. So what are the Gen Alpha kids into?
Think baggy. Baggy cargo pants, oversized hoodies, chunky sneakers. It's a real rejection of anything too form-fitting.
And social media fuels all this, I assume? TikTok.
Massively. TikTok drives trends so fast. Specific things like Star-faced pimple patches or certain haircuts, like those Chad cuts, they become instant cool markers.
Wow. It's a fast-moving landscape.
It is. And it's right here in this slightly chaotic mix of nostalgia and new trends that AI tools are starting to make their mark. Things like Style DNA.
Okay, so AI as a personal stylist, how does that actually work?
Well, it's getting pretty sophisticated. Apps like Style DNA, they analyze your specific features, face shape, skin tone, body type.
Circle data.
Yes, to create what they call a style formula, just for you.
Okay.
And that leads to really specific advice, like it might tell you exactly which shade of blue in a scarf would make your eyes pop, or suggest the denim cuts that are genuinely most flattering for your body.
Huh. That actually sounds incredibly helpful, especially if you're busy, maybe your body has changed, you don't have hours to shop and try things on.
Precisely. And it goes beyond just advice. Some apps let you upload photos of clothes you already own.
Oh, like a virtual closet.
Kind of, yeah. And the AI can then mix and match, suggesting new outfit combinations from your own wardrobe. Get more use out of what you have.
That's smart. Maximize your existing clothes. The sources mention others too, right? A closet, style AI.
Yeah, there are quite a few emerging. The Closet, Style AI, Fitted, Wear Me, Stylista, LA, Atrecent, YesChat.ai. It's definitely a growing space. People want that personalized help.
And it's not just about finding outfits, is it? There's a sustainability angle too.
There is. Some platforms, like Swapper AI, are using AI models for virtual try-ons.
So you can see how clothes might look without ordering them.
Exactly. Which ideally cuts down on returns. Fewer returns means less shipping, less waste. It's better for the planet.
That makes a lot of sense. Less impulse buying, maybe.
Hopefully. And tools like Carbon Trail go even further. They can analyze your shopping history and suggest more durable, versatile pieces, kind of nudging you away from fast fashion towards, say, building a capsule wardrobe. More conscious choices.
So AI is helping with sustainability and personal style. What about navigating those tricky generational trends we talked about? The skinny jeans versus baggy pants situation.
Right. That quote, skinny jeans are the pop sockets of fashion, sums it up perfectly.
Ah, yeah.
Well, some AI apps, like iWand, are trying to bridge that gap. They curate trend reports, but with practicality for moms in mind.
How so?
So maybe they'll show you how to wear those trendy baggy jeans or a pop of neon, but in a way that still feels comfortable and, appropriate for your life, not like you're just copying a teenager's exact look.
Okay, like translating the trend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And AI chatbots can offer quick answers to those little style questions like, is this claw clip okay for the parent-teacher conference?
Yeah.
Or how do I dress up this hoodie? Real-time advice.
Those are the real world questions. Okay, so thinking about Mother's Day 2025 specifically, any trends emerging there, and how's AI fitting in?
Well, News 18 highlighted stylish comfort as a big theme. Makes sense for a celebration day.
Stylish comfort, like what?
Think flowy midi dresses, maybe nice co-ord sets, matching tops and bottoms, and breathable fabrics like linen. Pretty, but relaxed.
Nice. And AI helps plan the actual outfit.
It can. Tools like Wardrobe AI can suggest outfits based on the occasion, the weather forecast, and again, what's already in your virtual closet.
So you could say garden brunch for Mother's Day.
And it might pull up that floral skirt you haven't worn, suggest pairing it with a linen top, maybe check if the colors work with your Style DNA profile.
Very tailored. And I guess you can still browse places like Pinterest for general ideas too.
Oh, absolutely. Pinterest is still huge for inspiration, especially around events like Mother's Day. AI is more like a personalized assistant to help execute the vision.
It's really integrating into the process. So looking even further ahead, what's next? Where could this AI and fashion thing go for moms?
The potential is pretty vast, honestly. You could see predictive algorithms getting smarter, maybe anticipating lifestyle shifts like body changes post-pregnancy and adjusting suggestions proactively.
Wow.
Augmented reality mirrors could become common. Trying clothes on virtually in your own home, seeing how they really look and move.
That would be a game changer for online shopping.
Totally. And maybe blockchain gets integrated with AI to track a garment's entire life cycle for real transparency on ethics and sustainability.
Making truly informed choices.
Exactly. But of course, there are challenges to consider too.
Like what?
Well, privacy is a big one. These apps collect a lot of personal data, and there's the risk of algorithmic bias, AI learning, and maybe reinforcing narrow beauty standards instead of celebrating diversity.
Important points. It's a tool, but needs careful development and use.
Definitely. And ultimately, AI can suggest an outfit, but it can't replace, the sentiment behind a handmade card from your child.
Absolutely not. The human element remains core. So wrapping this up, It's been quite the journey. From the rigid ideals of the 50s through decades of liberation and changing trends, right up to today where moms are navigating Gen Alpha styles.
And using AI to help find their own way. It's about personalization, saving time, maybe making more sustainable choices.
It feels like AI is becoming a tool to amplify a mother's own style intuition, maybe free up some headspace rather than replace her taste entirely.
I think that's a great way to put it, giving moms more tools, more confidence, maybe a bit more time back for everything else.
So, in a world filled with ever-changing styles and incredible technology, it's good to remember, as you said, that some things are constant. A mother's love that's probably the most enduring trend of all. Thanks so much for this fascinating discussion.
My pleasure. It's an interesting intersection.
And for everyone listening, if you found this deep dive insightful, please do share it with someone else who might appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to the fashion algorithm for more journeys into where fashion and technology meet.